Demon Slayer Swordsmith Village episode 6 review. So for this episode, we pick up directly after Tanjiro just finished decapitating those 3 versions of Upper 4, and I couldn't just help but to look at how horrified Tanjiro was of Genya, bro. I mean, looking at Genya just finished devouring that one trident version of Upper 4. I mean, he even said to Genya that, dude, you drooling. What the hell is going on? If only he knew that Genya was using a different kind of breathing style. I mean, somebody... I remember somebody commented on my TikTok. They said Genya unlocked a new version, a new breathing technique, which is American, which is quite funny. So we also get to see Upper 4, right, unable to regenerate. And I mean, there's one version of it, it's just freaking out, right? That dude, we can't regenerate. What the hell is going on? And then Tanjiro, he's also thinking, if we cut off all 4 heads, why doesn't it actually, vanish? Is this one a bit different from the other ones? Only to find out that there's actually a 5th version of Upper 4, right? And I was actually quite a bit scared and worried that, damn, so you mean to tell me that for these Upper 5 ranks, each one of them, it's different. You can't just slice off its heads simultaneously and then it's game over. But no, there's actually a 5th version, so the rule still stands. After our resident Batman, Tanjiro figures out that there's actually a 5th version of Upper 4. He ties it back to the scent he felt when Nezuko was carrying him. I had a suspicion that this probably is the strongest version of Upper 4, but only to find out that it's actually that original version, the one that infiltrated Tanjiro in his room with Nezuko, right? And I mean, it's just hiding in the middle of the woods, bro. They're looking sad, crying, and even outsourcing all the dirty work to the other versions of him, the other emotions, as he said. Now, Genya, on the other hand, dude, he's so aggressive, saying he's gonna beat Tanjiro to it. And what I loved about Tanjiro's response is that he says to Genya that, dude, me and Nezuko will give you our full support, right? And it was so refreshing because they diffused all that negative energy that Genya was coming with. And man, the scars of Genya just went so deep, but we'll get to that as we go through the review. So Genya makes a good point, which is that when you kill an upper ranked demon, you actually qualify to become a Hashira, which is quite interesting because it means that all of the Hashira, they've caught a body, bro. They've got a body of an upper demon. But now, since the other versions of the demons are older, this would mean that the Hashira probably have been killing the ranks between 10 and 6, if I'm not mistaken. Because 6 to 1, I believe that these guys are relatively very old, right? And our Hashira, as we know it, they are all human. So they live human years. So yeah, I believe they've been killing off versions between 10 and 7. Now, the one thing that I liked about Genya's fighting style is that he at least has a gun, so he can reach that flying version of Upper 4. That dude is so annoying, bro. So cowardly, right? You just come in from the sky, you attack, and then you run off. Cowardly as hell. Tanjiro and Nezuko fend off some of the versions of Upper 4 while he tells Genya to go after that 5th version of Upper 4. And then we cut to my boy Tokito. He's stuck in the the water prison, and I mean, Gyoko is just having so much fun, man. He's celebrating. He's even saying to Tokito that you stop practicing that fake version of stoicism, right? Man, keep making fun of Tokito. Keep making fun of Tokito, okay? That dude is a prodigy. When he does get out of that water prison, my boy, you're gonna be crying. Man, then back to Tanjiro. I mean, my boy is putting in that work, dog. Like, Tanjiro is getting so good that even Upper 4 is literally witnessing this kid progress, get more powerful. He even gives him a compliment to say, dude, between the memories we have of this kid, the intel, to what he's doing now, we're seeing flames. I mean, Tanjiro is moving so fast. He's even using sun breathing technique, with ease now. And man, Tanjiro tries to go for the upper version, the Upper 4 version that uses a fan. And I mean, that guy puts Tanjiro on the ground. Now, the one thing that I'm going to call out is how the hell did Tanjiro not die from that swing? I mean, we've seen this guy literally put Tanjiro and Nezuko through the floor, right? I'm thinking that kind of pressure of a swing would actually severely damage these guys, because Tanjiro and the other Hashira, or the Demon Slayer Corp members, are relatively human. So when such things happen, I'm like, come on, bro. Really? So Genya finally manages to get that 5th version of Upper 4, right? And to our surprise, it's actually tiny, bro. I was like, what the hell? This is so underwhelming, right? But the funny thing is, that's not even the crazy part. The crazy part is that Genya goes for the neck of that demon, and dude, it breaks Genya's sword, you know. And so far, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really been feeling the strength of, you know, Upper 5 and Upper 4. But now I think with this 5th version, dude, this is where we're gonna see these guys actually show out, you know, as upper ranked demons. Because think about it, it broke a sword, dude. It wasn't even fighting. Then, oh man, after Genya gets in that shot with the gun, electric shock version of Upper 4 appears, and I mean, it's going for his head, and Genya is immediately giving up, dude. He's thinking, yep, it's a wrap, I'm dead, okay? And then he starts reminiscing, starts thinking back to his past, and this is where we get my boy's backstory. Oh man, I wasn't ready for this one. So Genya's backstory, bro, he grew up with a tiny mother. He had a huge ass dad, but this dude was actually abusive, and he used to beat Genya and his siblings, right? But their mother always protected the boys. And it makes sense now why Genya and Sanemi are so tough, right? Because these kids didn't have any ordinary childhood. Like, look at Tanjiro, look at Tsunetsu, you know, they're relatively soft kids. You can tell that they had a relatively, you know, better life growing up. But man, Sanemi and Genya, you can tell that they've been through the pits. Shit, the one thing I will say though is that Genya definitely had a big family, bro. Him and his brother. This dude had like 4 smaller siblings, right? And his brother. So there was like 6 of them, right? For a tiny woman, she could definitely bear kids, bro. So one evening, Sanemi goes out, okay, tells Genya that, dude, stay here with the little ones. I'm gonna go out to find mom, right? So while they're there, somebody knocks at the door, and the little kids run towards the door. And Genya even tells them that, guys, you do not know what the hell is out there. And man, with one shot, I mean, a demon appears and takes out Genya's siblings, bro. All 4 at once. I mean, imagine the trauma of Genya actually witnessing that, right? It comes in, Genya is in shock. He's trying to resuscitate one of his brothers. That demon, fortunately, Sanemi comes in, right? Sanemi comes in and he takes it outside. And this is where we actually see as well that Genya gets his first scar because it cut him in the face. So think about having that kind of scar on your face, that kind of constant reminder that, you know, this is essentially my mom who did this to me. My mom who took my family from me, right? Because this is what ultimately becomes the biggest reveal of the episode, right? We found out that the demon, or the thing that killed Genya's siblings, is actually his mother. So think about that, bro. This dude witnessed his siblings die at the hands of their demon mother. And on top of that, Sanemi is the one that actually had to kill their mother. And he rushed to Sanemi and said to him that, you're a murderer. Because obviously he was in shock. He didn't think through straight. And man, from that moment on, both those dudes changed. You can tell that from then on, Sanemi lost it. He became an asshole, if I may say, because from what we're seeing, he doesn't even recognize Genya as a warrior. You know, he keeps telling him that, you know what, you can't become a Hashira, you're weak, give it up. And this is where we actually find out that Genya, he doesn't have the ability to use breathing techniques like other Demon Slayers. But the mere fact that he managed to join the Demon Slayer corps speaks volumes about his power. This is why my boy had to, you know, resort to more creative ways of getting power, which we actually see manifest. So I wonder how he's actually gonna qualify to become a Hashira. Does he actually manage to become a Hashira as the story progresses? Back to the present, Tanjiro fortunately pulls up, manages to cut the hand off that electric version of Upper 4 and saves Genya, right? And man, Tanjiro, man, just like my boy Luffy, great character, can motivate anybody, tells Genya that, dude, you told me you want to become a Hashira. Don't give up, okay? You can still do it. Don't lose hope. Let's fight. And then Genya tells Tanjiro that, dude, let's swap spots, okay? I'm gonna give you a chance, okay? He's just puffing because he knows that he can actually cut that 5th version. He tried, right? It needs like a proper breathing technique to cut it, right? And I mean, some of the strongest even to cut it. And then they swap places, and then there's Tanjiro, and my boy goes for a fire breathing technique. I mean, sun breathing technique. He's about to cut the head off. But I've got a feeling that Tanjiro's sword as well is about to actually break. And if those two boys lose their swords in the middle of a battle like that, oh man, they're gonna get a hiding of their life. But that's it for the review. Definitely a great episode. The highlight of this one was definitely Genya's backstory, and I'm gonna leave it there. If you enjoyed the video, guys, please definitely leave a like. If you enjoy the content, definitely consider subscribing to the channel. Most and what you excited guys in the next episode.